Hello and welcome. I'm your host ComicKnightZero. As many of you might have noticed, this is an animation review channel. On this channel I'll be reviewing new and old cartoons, reboots, adaptations, and maybe even anime, but we'll save that for later. Today we'll be talking about Cartoon Network's newest show, Unikitty. For those who don't know, Unikitty is a show produced by Warner Bros. Animation and the LEGO Group that officially aired January 1st, 2018. Our main characters include Unikitty, Unipuppy, Michael J. Fox, Captain Falcon, and Brick. The show takes place in Unikingdom as opposed to Cloud Cuckoo Land from the LEGO movie. With that already, I could see that there aren't any connections to the movie other than Unikitty herself, which gives me the impression that this is a standalone show, which is honestly just fine, since you don't need to see or know anything about the LEGO movie to get info on the other characters, considering they only appear within this show. Unikitty, voiced by Tara Strong, is the show's main protagonist and the royal ruler of Unikingdom. She's often known for being sweet, creative, and caring. As ruler, she always does her best to make sure everyone in her kingdom stays positive and is always having fun, as seen in the episode Sparkle Matter Matters. Although she seems nice and innocent, she does have a tendency to get enraged. Puppycorn, voiced by Great Lyle, is Unikitty's little brother. He's full of energy, likes to have fun, and is a little on the dense side. But regardless of what happens, he's usually filled with excitement in most situations. Dr. Fox, voiced by Kate Micucci, pretty sure I said that right, is Unikingdom's resident scientist. She's intelligent, analytical, and tends to recognize outcomes that could lead to trouble. Every now and then, Dr. Fox can be seen working on some experiment or making hypotheses for a current situation. Crocodile, voiced by Roger Craig Smith, is Unikitty's bodyguard, although she doesn't need one. He's often seen as the tough guy of the group, always ready to jump into action whenever there's danger. But despite his rough exterior, he actually has a chill personality. And lastly, we have Richard, also voiced by Roger Craig Smith, who is her royal advisor. To the other characters, he's often referred to as being unemotional, dull, or even boring at times. In terms of character dynamics, he tends to serve as the straight man of the group. I'm sure based on the animation style and the Unikitty promo on Cartoon Network, a lot of people will try to compare this to Teen Titans Go. But honestly, I think it's different enough to stand on its own. I understand if others might find this show annoying due to the pacing, the exaggerated moments, or even some of the characters. At first glance, it seems like a show that's aimed more towards a younger demographic, and you'd be right. It's a fast-paced show with a wacky and slapstick sense of humor that you'd find in shows like Breadwinners, OKKO, and yes, even Teen Titans Go, so this show might not be for everyone. But, as a comedic show, it knows not to take itself too seriously. In an episode like Action Forest, there are moments that are meant to be over the top just for the sake of looking silly. In other episodes, they use jokes that are somewhat meta and self-aware.
3, 2, 1. Welcome! This creepy carnival will test which of you—
Yeah, we get it. Come on, dude. Hurry up and tell us what to do.
Oh, don't even need the spooky rhymes anymore. All those hours of practice wasted. Fine!
And I think that's great. I like that it doesn't rely on poop jokes or gross out humor to get a laugh out of the audience. I'm not saying this show is comedy gold or anything, but I do think there are a few jokes here and there that you'll find yourself laughing at, whether you're the target audience or not. Overall, it's not a bad show. I definitely think this show has some potential. So far, I haven't seen anything that I outright dislike about it. My only real complaint is the established rules of the show. It's clear to me that the characters are made of Lego, but for the world they live in, I'm not so sure. There's some objects made of Lego pieces, while others are not. It's not that it ruins the show or anything, it just feels inconsistent. However, I think that since they aren't limited to the properties of a usual Lego, the characters can look more visually expressive. As for the characters themselves, I am so glad they are not just complete numbskulls. I cannot tell you enough how annoying it is to watch a show where the main characters are just complete idiots. I'd say their traits and personalities are consistent, but they might, however, come off as a bit one-note. They all seem different in their own regard, yet they're each kind of known for just their one thing. Nevertheless, I honestly still enjoy the group dynamic. If you really enjoyed Unikitty as a character in the LEGO movie, you just might enjoy this. But even if you were just a fan of the movie in general, I'd suggest giving it a try. Of the episodes that are currently out at the time of this recording, I'd recommend watching Episode 4, Action Forest, and Episode 9, Crushing Defeat. Well folks, that'll just about do it for today. Have you seen Unikitty yet? If so, what do you think of it? Do you have a favorite episode? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I'd ask you to smash those like and subscribe buttons, but I recommend you get consent before you do. And with that, I shall see you all next time. Well, thank you for watching my first video. I put a lot of time and effort into recording and video editing, so feel free to tell me what you think of it so far. Thanks again.